Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I was reading today's Just for Today. It's about lightening the load. It's about resentments. I was looking at my video count, thinking, man, I've only got like 35 to 500. And if I want to hit 500 when I got 2 years, I better slow it down. Anyways, we'll see how it goes. I'm just going to keep doing whatever. This is helping me at least. I don't know if it's helping anybody else. My little video diary. Captain's log. Video diary 571 or 471. Anyways, lightening the load, resentments. Yeah, I had a rough day yesterday. I mean, it ended good. It ended amazing. So, to that person, thank you. Two addicts helping each other is without parallel. Is that what they say? There's a lot of truth to that. It's probably one of the best things that Narcotics Anonymous has ever put together is two addicts helping another is without parallel. I love it. But this resentment thing, I saw this video. It was really interesting. It was wonderful. It's about like this pastor. He was on the stage, and what he did is he had all these weights on the stage. You know, they're all 5-pound weights, and he lifts one up, and he's like, "This isn't that heavy, is it?" So you can carry this all day long. Really isn't that heavy, and you can put it in your pocket. And he puts it back down, and then he says, "These represent all of the resentments that we hold on to." And he's like, "She said this to me," and he puts it in his pocket. And then he's like, "Oh yeah, and he did this to me," and he puts it in his pocket. And he's got like a sweater on too, and he just keeps going over all these things, and he keeps picking one up. Then all of a sudden he's like filled with all these weights, and he can barely walk, and he's holding on to them all. And he said, that's a lot of us in life, and it's true. That's me. You know, that was, I don't want to say was. I mean, I'd like to say that I don't have any resentments, but I'm sure, you know, some will pop up eventually. I can clearly, I can with a clear conscience say that I don't feel like I'm holding any resentments, but I'm sure as I continue to work these steps, you know, I didn't think I had any, and then I worked step 4, and I was able to uncover some from my past that I blocked away. You know, you're going into that closet, and you've got the broom, and you've got the bag, and you're like, oh well, there's that pile in that corner. Some of the heaviest resentments I'll have will always be towards myself. Some that I carry with me today. So clearly, yeah, I do have some. I had a resentment towards myself last night with how I talked to my son, and I had a lot of stuff that I couldn't sleep well with, and that was a big part of it. You ever get into an argument and be right and lose? I sure told him. You ever express how you feel and lose? I think I do that quite a bit. I don't always count to 10 and then say what I'm going to say. Whether you like Elon Musk or not, if you listen to him get a question asked, how long it takes him to actually answer the question, and then he answers it is a skill I'm trying to learn how to do. Rarely will you catch that guy saying some dumb shit. I'm so quick to say something and then have to like make an amends for it. Even if it's a good thing I'm saying. I get caught up in my head and I'm like, oh no, wait, should I have said that? Is that gonna stress them out? Is that gonna push them away? Is that gonna make them not like me or hate me? So that's a whole different topic, right? I'm on resentments and letting things go. A living amends is what some of our loved ones will only accept. And the ones that truly love us will accept those in time. The relationship I have with my sister is so much more, it's so much better. With all my family, for that matter, my intermediate family. Not so much with my kids, I'm realizing. And yesterday I was upset and I shared about, you know, not living up to people's expectations. But we can say that, like, hey, I'm not going to ever live up to somebody's expectations, and just not try to change. Looking at my situation, my environment, and saying, how can I change? I had a really good conversation with a friend yesterday who calls me this log that's in the water, that's going through these ups and downs, and how God wants me to be steadfast and be a rock. And that when it was cool to hear it this time. Because when I trust in God enough, or when you trust in your higher power enough, you are that rock. You stay firm. You trust that, like, everything is working out. It's all working out. And I won't have to say anymore, well, it may not work out the way I want it to. Because my trust is in that it's working out the way He is intending it to. So I don't need to remind myself over and over again that it may not work out the way I don't want it to. Because that puts a question on, like, are my wants more than His needs? And it really is that my needs are met by His delivery, however that looks. And I'd like to continue, and I'm going to continue this development of being that rock. I think when I heard it the first time, it felt like an attack. Like I'm sitting here like, man, I'm doing good though. But if I'm sitting here conflicted, I'm not doing great. And I am doing good. And if you're fighting for your life, you're doing good too. But these resentments that we hold on to, that I hold on to, like yesterday, I asked myself, what am I doing wrong? And I heard a sermon, like, I asked that yesterday. Why can't I just be chill? Why can't I just be steadfast? And I think it goes with, like, insecurities and all this other stuff that I will work through. Am working through. There are some deep-rooted resentments that I have towards myself that I just don't want to talk about. the stuff that like I did while I was getting loaded, that I haven't quite been able to say I forgive you for that, right? I forgive you for not fighting back. That one time when you were fucking 13, surrounded by people. Those things. I want to be known as like this guy who is like those videos I watch. Like the ultimate masculinity, the ultimate, and I'm comparing myself to something I'm not. I'm comparing myself to something I wished I was when I was younger. And I'm losing sight of what's really going on. Which is, I'm exactly where I need to be. And I'm exactly who I need to be right now. Man, this went away from the resentments, didn't it? Well, that's what I do here. I unload. It's my drive to work. It helps. It's like talking to myself, but not. Did that make sense? Because I'll just post it. It's like, but I am talking to myself. But because I feel like there's a video here, I can just unload and it's all good. So I made an amends by text, and I'll make it another one by face-to-face, because I feel like those are deserving of face-to-face and a good conversation and a real good apology. This whole staying clean and trying to figure it out, and try to like carry all the stuff I got going on, everything I've got going on, it's tough. Like, I fucked up with what I said. I was like, well, I have to do this, and this, and that. I know better than that. And then like learning how to not beat myself up too much about it today. And understanding that like I'm gonna fail just like I'm gonna succeed. But I'm gonna love, I'm going to show compassion, I'm going to give, and I'm going to be there for as many people as I can. I feel like what I'm doing right now is I've done a really good job at like showing myself consistency. Like, I can consistently do things. There was a question that somebody asked me, I won't say who. Well, they didn't ask a question. They said, you don't know how to be consistent with anything. That drove the fuck out of it. Like, that drove me. Like, I was like, what do you mean? Like, I know I've been... No. It's crazy how words can tear a motherfucker down. And what's even crazier is how true they were. And I don't want to believe that. Like the only thing at that point was consistency was getting loaded. I consistently got loaded. Whenever, however, whatever. So I consistently do things. So I showed myself that. I showed myself that I can remove resentments. I spent the last 6 years doing that, working through that. And I still uncover some. And what resentments are you holding on to that you feel are justifiable? I wrote that justifiable resentments are still resentments. In accepting what they did or what he said or what she said doesn't mean you have to be okay with it. You accept it so you know it's there and it happened. And you turn that wound into a scar. For the people that wronged you or wronged me, when you accept it, that scar that you're creating is designed to remind you of how far you've come and what was done. Not to hold on to it so you can be angry when you look at it. If you get angry looking at a scar, you've reopened that wound. So how do we do that? I don't know. Like, I know that I can look at things and remind myself. I have this scar on my hand. It goes all the way back here. Got into a fight with my ex-wife. I was so mad. I threw meat into the boiling oil. Changed the whole conversation. She wasn't terrible about it. Just changed it all up. I wasn't thinking. It doesn't matter what it was about. I look at that scar, and there was a time I looked at it and thought, man, how could she fight with me about that while I'm rushing home after making, working and making dinner. And now I look at it like, why was I defending myself about that? Justifying my bad behaviors. So it's like a real scar that you see, not just like these scars that we talk about healing from unloading a resentment and turning it into a gratitude. Today's going to be a good day. It's terrible weather, so I'm not going to put the camera up and say, look at the beauty here. But I will say, it's going to be a great day because I get to choose how today's going to be. Even if a bunch of shitty shit happens, it can still be a great day. Those shitty shit things could be really good tools on how to get through it. Like today, I got in this car and I felt shitty. I was insecure, and then I was also resentful towards myself. And I feel a lot better sharing this. Who knows how it'll feel when I walk in, but I'm not going to take it to work. That's why I do these. There's a lot of reasons I do these. Like I can't write driving to work, so this is the best opportunity I get. And then I post it so y'all can see what I do. Yeah, that's it. 20 minutes, that's a long time. I need to shorten these down to like 6 minutes. People actually might watch them. Well, maybe. Who cares? Whatever. Bye. Bye.